How do you design a building inspired by your city? When it comes to learning, there is a great masterpiece designed by Charles Correa. He is one of the greatest architects of Indian architecture and he has designed various amazing projects in the history of architecture. One of the projects that we are discussing here is the Jawahar Kala Kendra, designed in the Jaipur city. Charles Correa is one of the most renowned architects of India. He is also known for his form follows climate approach in architecture. Charles Correa did his masters from MIT. In 2013, he won the RIBA International Award. So Charles Correa designed this Jawahar Kala Kendra in Jaipur and he took the inspiration from the city of Jaipur. Jaipur is the city founded by Maharaja Sawai Jai Singh in 1700. This city is an architecture marvel. It became an UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2019. Jaipur is known as the Heritage City because of its rich art and culture. Charles Correa used the concept of Jaipur city and designed the masterpiece Jawahar Kala Kendra. The total area of the site is somewhere around 9 acres and the Jawahar Kala Kendra is dedicated to the memory of late Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru, who firmly believed in the rediscovering of India's past while opening doors to the brand new future. Charles Correa keenly observed the planning of Jaipur city and created harmony with the context. Here he added various design principles such as Vastu planning inspired by the Jaipur city, the 9-grid structure and the Navgrah planning, creating harmony with the universe. So let's try to understand the conceptual framework of the Jawahar Kala Kendra. So here the overall building is the square shaped with the 9 grids. One block is shifted which resembles the layout of the Jaipur city. I will explain this part in the video later. This shifted block creates the entrance of the building, which also becomes the main entrance door. Additionally, the side has a service entrance and there is one entrance from the back side of the site, which is near the residential area. Here you can notice that there are 8 blocks and the center block is an empty block carved out from the surrounding 8 blocks. You enter the cultural center from here and step into the large dome inspired by the Sachi Stupa, symbolizing the power at the entrance. This dome depicts ancient cosmic paintings and is strategically placed at the entrance, surrounded by the greenery. This space acts as a transition area for the Jawahar Kala Kendra, connecting to the open air theatre in the center. The main OAT is dedicated to the cultural activities and the events. So if you go further, there are art galleries where people display their art. This corner has the cafeteria, which has a free space in between. This is the library block. So these 4 blocks are the spaces for learning, where all the art, workshop, library and performance activities happens. This block is the entrance and the administration. And these 2 blocks are the museum and the galleries. And these 2 blocks are the recreational, where cultural activities, events and the cafeterias are located. This shifted block is dedicated to the performance and also has a small theatre inside. So there are various entrances to the Jawahar Kala Kendra. Surrounding it, there is a residential area nearby and on the one side there is a Shilpgram, the craft village. While on the other side is the parking area for the culture center. The dimension of one block is somewhere around 30 meter by 30 meter and the height of the block is 8 meter. The entrance features a chowkadi inspired by the Jaipur city. Additionally, there is a pergolas that provides natural light inside, creating a play of light throughout the day. The cafeteria has an open garden with the multiple sitting spaces. Every block has its own courtyard and the open spaces. So let's look at the site plan quickly to understand the context of the building. This is the map of the India and here Jaipur is in the Rajasthan. In Jaipur, the Jawahar Kala Kendra is located somewhere here. The front road is the JLN road and the back side of the JKK, there is a residential area. In front of it, there is a Rajasthan University. The place is easily accessible for the nearby residents as well as the students from the university. And JLN Road is the main road that connects the people from Jaipur from one end to the another. North is in the top direction and this is the sun path diagram which is showing that this is the east and this is the west sun. So let's see what is happening at the conceptual level. The main block is the square block. Charles Correa divided this into 9 grids and shifted one block inspired by the layout of Jaipur city. He then added a central courtyard to the building inspired by the climate of Jaipur. The courtyard planning plays a crucial role in enhancing the microclimate of the building. In Jaipur city, this provides natural light and wind inside the building. So let's try to understand that how Charles Correa took the inspiration from the Jaipur city. And please watch this video till the end so that you can understand that how you can take the inspiration from your own city. So here Charles Correa harmonized different concepts to create the JKK. The first concept he used was the inspiration from the Vastu principles, which led to the creation of 9 square grid for the JKK. This Vastu Purusha Mandala is also inspired the layout of the Jaipur city, where one block is shifted due to the city's topography. So Charles Correa also took the inspiration from Jaipur and he shifted this one block in his design. And here he added the entrance to the Jawahar Kala Kendra. Thus these conceptual blocks are inspired by the city of Jaipur. Another concept that he drew inspiration was the Navgrah system. Here Charles Correa designed all the blocks based on the placement of the planets in the system. Each block has a dedicated function based on the specific requirement. The shifted block represents a Venus or a Shukra, with the color inside being white, dedicated to the drama and the theatre. The second block symbolizes the Jupiter, serving as the library with the lemon yellow interior, dedicated to the knowledge. The third block is dedicated to the Rahu, focusing on the documentation, with an iridescent interior. The entrance of the JKK represents a Mangal or a Mars. So here the color inside is a red because Mars is dedicated to the power. This block serves as the cafeteria, symbolizing the moon or the Chandra, which is the heart of the block with the milky white color. Next is the Mercury, dedicated to the education, with the golden yellow color. The center block represents the Surya or Sun, dedicated to the performance because the Sun symbolizes the movement. The Sunny or the Saturn block is dedicated here, which represents the knowledge, and the interior has the earth red color. Finally, there is a Ketu, which symbolizes the anger, which has a brown or a black color. This outlines the basic planning of the Jawahar Kala Kendra. So I will explain this detailed plan in just few seconds. Before that, you need to understand that these different concepts are known as the different layers in architecture, and you combine all these layers to create the new architecture. So here Charles Correa also used these principles to create the new architecture style for the Jawahar Kala Kendra. So Charles Correa incorporated the Vastu Mandala and the city of Jaipur for the building shape, and for the interior theme he added the Navgrah principles to create the central vibe of the cultural center. So therefore you can't just rely on one principle, you need to understand various theories to create a new architecture style and combine them harmoniously. So let's examine the detailed plan of the Jawahar Kala Kendra. This layout follows a 9 square grid with each block serving its own distinct function. Here is the breakdown. This block is designated for the performances and this one is for the library. This is the entrance and the administrative area, and these are the galleries, whereas the central is the open air theatre dedicated to the arts. This section is allocated for the museum, and these blocks contains the additional galleries. Here each block is specifically tailored to fulfill its function. The central OET serves as an open space. The entrance to the JKK is located here, featuring a chowkadi design inspired by the Jaipur city. This section also accommodates service entrances and the guest parking. From here, visitors can proceed to the main OAT in the center and take the another path leading the backside of the chowkadi. So additionally, the central OAT facilitates all the 4 directions in the circulation. So here the important thing is that how Charles Correa took the inspiration from the elements of the city and how he recreated those elements to create the new architecture style. And please watch this video till the end so that you can understand that how you can extract the elements from your own city. So here I call this theory as the eclecticism in architecture, where you extract various elements from the city and create new architecture from them. So Charles Correa also took the inspiration from Jaipur's different elements, such as the ancient stepwell in the city. He also drew inspiration from these stepwells to create the central open theatre for the performance area. So thus here he took the inspiration from the elements of the city and recreated a form for the new architecture. So here is the another example. This is the watchtower at Jagar, known as the Diya Burj, and Charles Correa took inspiration for this watchtower to create the watchtower at Jawahar Kala Kendra. Even though the shapes and proportions are similar, the overall impact is very different. So it's like a taking elements from the city and creating a new architecture style. The next inspiration is the chopper from the Jaipur city. Here Correa drew inspiration from chopper and integrated these crossroads into his design. This way the building gives a sense of small city inspired by the big city of Jaipur. The next inspiration is the entrance gate. So this is the modified version of the various gates that found in the walled city of Jaipur. The idea remains the same, providing the main entrance, but the execution is very different. Correa applied his style to create the entrance of the JKK. So placing this inspiration in the right context is crucial in the field of architecture. So the next inspiration comes from the painting of Jaipur city. So in Jaipur one can find various paintings in the white, in the red background, and also you can find these mandala paintings in the old traditional huts of Rajasthan. Here Correa was inspired to create similar white elements set against the red sandstone background. Moreover, the top edge of the JKK features a white marble, which he also took the inspiration from the Jaipur paintings. So these are the details that makes the project very unique. The next inspiration is the staircase. In Jaipur, the Jantar Mantar symbolizes the steps, and the Charles Correa drew inspiration from this element to incorporate similar steps into his design. Even different traditional havelis also has these kind of stepped handrails. Correa integrated this inspiration by adding steps in the corner of the blocks, allowing natural wind to enter into the block from the corners. The next inspiration is the jalis and the pathways. Correa drew inspiration from the Hawa Mahal corridors and created these similar stone jalis and enclosed pathways within the JKK. This approach is crucial in creating a new architecture style for your own city. So now the question is that how you can implement these design principles into your design and how you can extract the elements from your own city. So here the first important principle that we can apply is the use of the building like a city. Just as Charles Correa took the inspiration from the Jaipur city to shape his building, we can also draw inspiration from our own city to create the most fitting form of our design. The second principle that involves is the using of the climate and the material, and climate always plays crucial role in the building design, helping to enhance the building microclimate. The choice of material is also vital in the design. The third principle is to take the inspiration from the elements of the city and innovate new architecture style. Before starting any design, it is very important to understand the site context and always try to take the inspiration from the city itself. Each person has its own unique way of taking inspiration from the city. Please try to do this in your design and you will see a great change into your architecture style. Architecture is always fun. You need to follow it with the right passion and the enthusiasm. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to hit the like button, and these kind of videos takes lots of hard work and research. Please share these videos with your friends and ask them to subscribe the channel. This will inspire us to create more such videos. See you in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep hustling, keep smiling. Salute.